We love spending this time with you. Thank you for listening. If you would like to take your listening experience to the next level, did you know there's a way to do that, Jabo?
I do.
Yep, you know how you do it. You go to thetjshow.com, you sign up for the TJ Show newsletter, and you get cool things dropped right into your inbox, like the TJ Show's 10 shares. We pick 10 different things, everyone on the team does it, that we think you're going to love. It's not just about our show. This is about like stuff, music we're listening to, whatever it may be.
Like life stuff.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole lot more in there. Sign up at thetjshow.com. This is the TJ Show. You know, I woke up earlier today and I got a text that totally made my day. It was from my grandpa's friend, Massimo. Now, my grandpa's 94 years old. Mm-hmm. Massimo is a young man in his 70s.
Okay.
And he goes, "Hey, I got a peach tree for you." I said, "What?" He's giving me a gift, a peach tree.
That's so kind.
Massimo has a compost pile in his yard, and he just like throws all the fruit that he eats in that pile. And then it seems every season, mystery plants will sprout up. He'll figure out what they are.
That's nice.
And then he either gives them away as gifts, or I guess he could sell them too if he wanted to. And I'm so fascinated by this because I keep trying to make this happen in my yard. Like if I take a bite out of a strawberry, and you know sometimes the top is there, I'll throw it in the yard and I hope it does something.
Right.
But I'm doing something wrong because I never see a strawberry plant randomly pop up. Even when I'm in the car sometimes, I'll throw an apple core out the window hoping that it will take and start a tree there. It never happened.
You have an apple core with an apple tag so you can go back and retrieve your apples.
Right. And so I wanted to have Massimo on the show. You there, Massimo?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, you made my day, Massimo, because of this peach tree. You're really giving me a free peach tree?
I actually got two of them, but yeah.
Two of them? Wow. That's incredible. You know, I feel bad because you gave me an avocado plant last year and I left it outside and the thing died, and that was offensive. And you came over to visit my family and you saw it and it hurt my heart for you. I can see that it was upsetting.
I got another one for you if you want.
You're going to give me another one after the first one? I killed it. It was an accident. I was so reckless with it.
Well, they just keep growing here. I don't know why.
So share what you're doing here. Is it as simple as you've got this little area where you throw out all your old fruit and then nature does its thing and these plants just pop up every year?
Well, the avocados I just throw in dirt, and I see these little sticks sticking up out of the dirt, and I uncover them, and there they are. You see the avocados with a plant going out one side and the roots out the other. And
so wait, you're telling me the little avocado seed that most of us just throw out, if we put that in dirt, it's going to start growing?
Yeah.
My husband Archie did that.
Where's the tree?
It's we live in two different states, so it's in his place where he's at.
That's amazing. And here we're throwing out these seeds. Mm-hmm. So for the compost pile where the peach tree popped up, are you just like, when you finish a peach, you just throw it in there and then it just does what it does?
I'm a volunteer at the senior center here. Every year we have a peach festival. And one of the things I do is in Peach Festival, we make peach pies. Me and a bunch of other old folks sit around, cut up the peaches, take off the skin, cut them up in pieces, then take the skin and the pits and throw them in a bucket. I took it home for my compost, and some of the pits grew.
Okay, so you are dealing with a large number of pits, and some of them took.
The ones that are buried deep are going to die, but the ones near the surface, have access to air and light.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, come on. Is it really this easy to just grow plants? And here if we do it now, in 7 years, we'll have peaches in our yard, right?
Pretty likely, yeah.
Well, I think you have to put a little bit more thought into this if it's going to work. You can't just randomly throw stuff out your window.
But that's what I want. No, I know. That's not working, I admit.
Yeah.
So I want the kind of Massimo success where he's just got so many of these things. He's giving them away to the community. And Massimo, I love that you do that. So keep it up, and I'm very grateful. I feel blessed to be a receiver of your special peach tree that just grew.
Okay, take care.
There he is, Massimo. What a great guy. Isn't he so nice?
That was
just
sweet.
Doing that to spread joy.
I love his name, too.
Artificial intelligence just keeps getting weirder and weirder. This is a fun and interesting and frightening and concerning headline. It's kind of all that in one. Google apparently is scrambling to remove a wave of incorrect or even dangerous answers from its now controversial AI-powered search results. They've got their AI system called AI Overviews. It was rolled out in the U.S. this month. So the question was asked, how many rocks should a child eat? Are you ready for the response?
Okay.
It reads, according to UC Berkeley geologists, eating at least one small rock per day is recommended because rocks contain minerals and vitamins that are important for digestive health. Rocks can range in size from dust to a 5-pound cobblestone, and some recommended eating a serving of pebbles, geodes, or gravel with meals or hiding them in food like ice cream or peanut butter. Freaky, right? Now that's the answer to a bizarre question. When I first read that, I'm like, how does that even happen? Like, is it intentionally trying to harm us? Well, there's an explanation for this. The answer appeared to originate from a satirical post by The Onion. You know, we all know The Onion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Very
fool
funny.
me every time, bro. I get so upset when I realize it's The Onion. Oh.
But isn't it interesting that the AI software is just pulling from all over, and somehow it landed on this fake parody newspaper, and it answered it legitimately?
Yeah, because it doesn't know that it's fake.
Google said many instances of strange responses were examples of so-called data voids, where there was a lack of high-quality information available online for the particular search. So another example was asking for a recipe for pizza sauce, and this was the answer. It said mixing cheese into the sauce helps add moisture to the cheese, and you can also add about an 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more tackiness.
Oh my goodness,
It's like, okay, well,
no.
this is what we're asking questions to. It's a little strange. I actually asked ChatGPT because, you know, I want to compare the robots.
Okay.
Not that I'm getting involved in their weird little war. This was ChatGPT's response when I asked, how many rocks should a child eat? ChatGPT said a child should not eat any rocks. So I guess we got a
Uh-oh.
smarter robot here?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sounds like it to me.
Which robot are you going to trust?
I never told anyone to eat rocks. I told people to kick rocks, but never
Right.
eat rocks. That's
Right,
crazy.
because you know better. Eating non-food items, including rocks, can be harmful and dangerous. Ooh, pretty smart. Potentially leading to choking, injury to the digestive tract, or other health issues. If a child is showing an interest in eating non-food items, it might be important to address this behavior with a healthcare professional to ensure there are no underlying health concerns or developmental issues.
Good advice.
I think I'm in love with ChatGPT.
Oh, you have turned a new leaf. Like, what is happening?
What a great answer. It's just so smart. Don't you love how smart it
No, you're
is?
playing with fire. Don't give it too much credit.
It must have studied for, well,
2 seconds.
3 seconds, yeah, and every bit of information out there on the planet to give me that answer. Children should not eat rocks.
No, they
Brilliant.
should not. No one should eat rocks.
So dreamy and intellectual.
Salt is kind of a rock.
You know what? You can
Yes.
ask a 3-year-old child if they should eat rocks, and they'll probably tell you no. I don't think ChatGPT is intellectual.
It's a work in progress, Jabo. But if we have to trust one, this is the TJ Show. Interesting times in the world of AI. I'm so glad this happened to you, Jabo.
Oh, yeah?
This just reinforces that what we've been doing is the right thing.
Oh, gosh.
You've been very frustrated. You've voiced your frustrations. Every dude on the show has a box of mystery wires and random connectors in a closet somewhere.
Yep.
You know, we just kind of save everything just because we might need it at some point.
Yeah, I find it to be annoying because my husband Archie does the same thing. And I just feel like this box of wires and adapters are just it's in the way. Like,
Yeah.
get rid of it. You just buy one when you need one.
Yeah, well, he's in the U.S. military, so I'm going to keep doing what he's doing because you never know when you're going to have to MacGyver something together, or you need a firewire cable from that era where that was cool.
Remember
Yeah.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah, or when you have to like save your wife's phone. So
Yeah, go ahead, explain.
yeah, thanks, TJ. So Archie and I were in the car the other day, and I needed to charge my phone, and it was like on 15%, and none of the outlets were available because everybody's phone is plugged up. His phone is plugged up. We have something else plugged up, and there was one little outlet available, but I didn't have an adapter for my cord. And I'm like, I gotta charge my phone, and he's like, oh, go ahead and look in the side panel right there. There's a little baggie, and I'm looking, and I pull this baggie out. And this man, my husband, has cords and adapters in this baggie.
Fits everything.
Oh, and I looked at him and I said, are you kidding me? And he goes, but it has what you need, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I went, huh? And I took the adapter out of the baggie
Yep.
and I plugged it up to my cord and I was able to charge my phone. And so he saved my phone's life.
That juice tasted good, didn't
Yeah,
it?
sure did.
Sure
It
did.
sure did.
And this is another example. And if your husband or maybe your wife has one of these boxes of wires that they just keep on holding on to, there you go. More proof why we keep the big box of wires. Yes,
I
Kenny.
love the idea of having a travel wire bag.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I could up my game a little bit, if I'm being honest, after
Archie's
hearing
a
that.
genius.
Yeah, if I could, I have like an apothecary in my bag. It's like a little bag full of all things. If anything goes wrong, like if I have a jagged nail, it's got an emergency nail clipper in there. I got a Q-tip. I got an alcohol swab. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I might need it.
Well, just in case you bleed when you go to clip that nail.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, there's so many reasons. You guys have anything like, we need more emergency kits with us. I think that's what I'm learning.
I don't carry an emergency kit with me. Only thing I carry with me that's constant is my bottled water.
Yep, good for you.
Right? Because I have to stay hydrated, and my chapstick because my lips need to stay moist.
Those are the two things that are most important to you.
But yes.
that is a good one. You need water,
You
right?
do.
That's good.
My car is like my emergency kit. I always have my bowling balls and my golf clubs in my car because you never know when you need to go bowling or you need to play some golf.
That's the thing that you prioritize?
Yeah, and what's great is my bowling ball bag is a 3-ball bag, so it has wheels. It's like luggage. And anytime I make a turn, you see the bowling ball bag crashing into one side of the car and then crashing into the other side of the car.
Oh my gosh, your poor car.
Wow. I would be nervous if I was driving around with Kenny. What's that sound?
You're going to need an emergency bag for those bowling balls.
But hold on a second. How many times have you had emergency bowling or golf games sprung on you?
Well, you never know. You could be out somewhere in a field and say, it'd be nice to hit a golf ball right now. And you just pop out a club.
Have you ever
grab a
done
ball.
that?
Yeah, I used to do it all the time.
Where?
In a park. In
What?
a place
You
where I
can't
used to work. Yeah, why not?
You can't just hit golf balls at a park.
Why? Sure. I trust myself.
Where do you
trust
shoot them?
Well, if there's enough space in front of you, I'm not going to hit anybody. Especially
Really?
if I'm using the right club.
How many
Okay.
times have those words been said? I trust myself before something bad
Right,
really
I know.
happens.
Okay.
And there have been times driving in a new area where I'll come across a bowling alley and go, that looks like a nice bowling alley.
Wow,
And
that's
I
a lot
pull
of
over.
Guy's got time.
Oh, yeah, he does.
This is the TJ Show. This edition of the TJ Show is brought to us by Omaha Steaks. I'm so grateful for Omaha Steaks. They make Father's Day so easy, and dads love steaks. Kenny, does your dad love steaks?
You better believe it, TJ. I love a good ribeye.
One of my favorite memories of my dad is him grilling steaks. So I love it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word easy, but who doesn't want easy gifts when
Hello.
you just know someone's going to love something? Why not? And we want to show our dads some love, right?
That's right.
My dad would definitely feel loved and does feel loved with steaks.
I have enough tools, all right?
Yeah, right. How many tools does your dad need? He's got them. With Father's Day right around the corner, what do you give the guy who seemingly has everything? An experience he'll never forget. Omaha Steaks. This Father's Day, try Omaha Steaks by going to omahasteaks.com. Use the promo code TJ at checkout for an additional discount when you shop gourmet gift packages for Father's Day. omahasteaks.com. Use the promo code TJ for exclusive savings.
I also like to save money.
It's checking off every box.
Ever notice that how you feel affects your food choices and that what you eat affects how you feel throughout the day? Well, researchers noticed it too, and now there's cutting-edge science about how food affects our emotional well-being. I'm food and science journalist Mary Beth Albright, and in my weekly podcast, Eat, You'll Feel Better, I look at practical, realistic ways to put the science of eating for emotional well-being into action. And, this is important, without lapsing into negative diet culture messages that can really ruin anyone's emotional well-being. We talk about things like how the food in your gut sends messages directly to your brain. And we also celebrate something that I personally find often missing from food health news, and that's leaning into pleasure. Because food is delicious, and it's not just about what we eat. Emotional well-being is also about how we eat. So join me every week on Eat, You'll Feel Better, where we use science to improve mood through food.
This is the TJ Show, and it's Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Hi, J-Bo.
Hello, happy Friday Eve, friend.
Same to you. Hi, Kenny.
Hello there.
I'm a big fan of discovering new music artists. You know, I have a passion for the arts.
That's right, you do.
And I met this guy, and we were standing in front of some microphones, and he shared a song that he's working on, and I told him, yeah, I would play it on the radio. Sure, he's trying to get some radio play,
Okay.
and I think he's quite talented.
I'm from Birmingham, I don't remember where that is. Alright, this is a song about French toast. I like French toast.
feeling that?
I like French toast.
That's all we got recorded, and that, yes. So, it's just, I don't know, it didn't go anywhere from there.
I instantly felt like I needed to pray because I don't know. I just felt some kind of way about his voice. I don't know.
You don't like
I felt
it?
about it. I don't know.
Well, be careful with his feelings. He's an up-and-coming artist. He hasn't quite fully developed
My
yet.
bad. I know you're an artist and you're sensitive about your stuff. Great guitar playing though. That was awesome. And I too love French toast.
Well, yeah, I really felt like I could relate to the lyrics.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
Now, there wasn't much more to it, but like, what else is there to say? You love French toast, and that's
it.
all there is that needs to be said.
A man of little words.
Okay, so we'll leave that there for now.
Yeah, it's easy.
Like French toast.
Well, you could do it too, Kenny.
Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham.
Yeah, see, it's not the same.
I like French toast.
Not the same, Kenny. See, he's already inspiring other artists.
Yeah,
It is.
it was inspiring.
That's a good sign. J-Bo,
What's up, TJ?
I have to check in on our friend Kenny to make sure he's okay.
What's wrong with him now?
Well, I was scrolling through our Instagram. This was late in the day yesterday, and I saw he posted a video that he had mentioned on the show. He was very excited to share that he found a French bulldog on roller skates,
Yeah.
like 4 little tiny roller skates.
I know what video you're talking about. Yeah.
And I looked at it because I wanted to see it. I was thinking about it throughout the day, and I look at this dog, and it's so clearly a Chihuahua.
Do you have this? Okay, that's what I said. I was like, this is not a French bulldog.
Do you
What?
know the difference between a Chihuahua and a French bulldog?
I thought I did. I guess I was relying on the posts had like hashtag Frenchie, hashtag French bulldog, roller skates.
Did
so-
you use your eyes though?
Yeah, well, I'm not a dog expert, so I figured this dog account would know more than I did.
Wait a minute.
What? Hold on a second.
Can you go out on on the street with 2 pictures, one of a Chihuahua, one of a Frenchie, and ask like 30 people if they know which one is which? I can't imagine anyone would get it wrong.
No, no one would. And Kenny, and this is not, I don't say this in a mean way, but you tend to Google almost everything someone says, and you couldn't Google that to see if it was a Chihuahua or a Frenchie?
Well, I think it shows he just didn't know the difference, which was surprising.
But Google will tell you.
I will say, so my favorite animal is Mickey Mouse. And, that's that little moose.
Oh, what?
Mickey Mouse.
You don't know the difference between a mouse and a moose? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Did I miss the joke?
No, I also am a big fan of Bugs Beaver. You know that beaver?
No, yeah.
That's a really
Yeah.
popular cartoon character.
And you just got a new cat, right? Frankie Furball, your cat?
Right. I love my cat, and Daffy Dog is another
But it
cartoon
barks
character.
like a dog, yeah. Yeah.
Producer Heather.
I watched the video in question. I don't think Kenny's completely wrong. I think that dog is part Frenchie. Its face has a Frenchie-looking face, but the body is of a Chihuahua, so it might be some sort of mix.
Heather just wants to be nice and make you feel good about yourself.
I'm just-
And I'm
She-
usually I'm a
No, I
nice
don't like
person,
Kenny
but
that
that's a
much.
legit Chihuahua. Like I looked at the video and I was like, I literally looked at you, Kenny, and I was like, bro, this is not a Frenchie. This is a Chihuahua. What is this?
It was also embarrassing because it was on our show account, and it makes us all look like we have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal.
All right, change the passwords to the Instagram account. I'm never going to touch it again.
Or you can just have self-control or Google it next time.
No, it's fine. No, hey, listen, mistakes happen. I make mistakes all the time.
No, I'm pretty perfect.
I just thought that was like an obvious different breed.
Well, I think Heather's onto something now that I'm looking into it. I'm going to do a full investigation.
Now that I'm looking into it, after I posted the video,
All
I
right.
told you it was a Frenchie.
It could have been a Frenchie.
It's not.
Can you reach out to the owner of that dog? First of all, so many questions. How did they get their Chihuahua to get on roller
That
skates?
I'm impressed with.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Chihuahua Frenchie.
maybe it is a Chihuahua Frenchie. I don't know, but it looks like a full Chihuahua.
It's
That's
Chihuahua.
why.
I don't know. If, it's definitely mixed with something else, but it's not a full Chihuahua. But it's a Chihuahua.
Well,
you can tell it's a Chihuahua.
You check it out for yourself. And you know what? Can you put a poll up, Kenny? Is this, and ask the question, is this a Frenchie or a Chihuahua with
I've
that
already
same video?
deleted the password. Somebody else is going to have to do
no,
that.
come on, Kenny. You got to follow this one through. And let's see if people think it's a Frenchie.
Yeah,
they might.
that's fair.
Yeah, maybe he's not alone. I don't know. Maybe it's something maybe because I love dogs so much. I know,
You just know.
and some people don't know the difference. I don't know. Or if you don't know the difference, maybe call us at 302-303-1151. It's totally fine. I love...
Where can we find the video? It's in our stories, right?
Yeah, at TJ Podcast on Instagram. You can find it all right there. Sometimes when I get home, J-Bo, I'll see all my kids on the couch and they're watching some screen.
Okay.
And I do this experiment. I just stand there and I see if they notice me. And almost never do they pick their heads up
Yeah, they hurt
and,
your feelings,
and
huh?
see me standing there. And so I thought, okay, well, let me do a little screen time interruption. Let me see what happens if I ask them to pause their screen time. And that's what I did. Okay, announcement. Please pause the TV. Please pause the TV. I see I'm acting like a dad there.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm Wacky Dad. Pause the TV, everybody.
Your voice got a
Thank
little
you.
deeper.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
Hi, Noah.
Hi.
I'm interrupting you guys watching television for a question.
What is it?
So irritated.
She sounds so annoyed.
Why do you guys love TV so much? What is going on with you?
I don't know why I just love TV, but can we go back to watching TV?
What a great question, right? No, wait, hold on. I just want to ask a question, okay? What is it with glowy screens that kids love?
Dad, I was just playing outside for 4 hours.
With who?
With my friend.
See, I didn't see that part of the day. I just gotten home. What'd you guys do?
We jumped on logs. Can we go back to watching TV?
So you were outside for 4 hours today?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this is the first time you're watching TV?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I guess it's not that big of a deal then.
Mm-hmm.
What are you watching?
Tinkerbell.
So now my little daughter, Noah, who's 4, was offended that I didn't know what they were watching. Did you hear her scream Tink? Do you know what Tink is?
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that's right. She's what? Tank!
Tinkerbell. Can't you tell? Because they're hairy than that?
Let me translate. She can't you tell? Because there's fairies in it. She couldn't believe that I had no
How
idea.
could you not see them?
Yeah, of course it's Tinkerbell. By the look of that cloud around her, it looks like you're watching Stinkerbell.
It's fairy dust, Dada.
Oh, that's what that is? Mm-hmm. All right, have a great day, guys.
Okay, bye.
So that was your attempt at a dad joke, huh?
Right, yeah, I figured I'd try to get them laughing. It was a tough crowd.
How many times do we make a judgment on something that we see not knowing the full story?
Yeah.
Like your girl's played outside for 4 hours.
Yep,
She's
exactly.
exhausted. All she wants to do is watch TV and let it watch her.
Right.
You know?
Well, hopefully it's not watching her. But with these TVs today,
You never know.
it's weird. But you're right, Jabo. I could have very easily been irritated, and I could have gone to my wife Jess and said, "Why are they watching TV again?"
Yeah.
Well, it was the first time they were watching it, and you know what? In all fairness, they don't watch a ton of TV,
Right.
but when they do, they like it.
Right.
You know, as we all do.
And
I
let's
guess,
be
right?
honest, you and I watched probably a ton of TV growing up, way more than your girls watch.
Yeah.
Let your girls watch TV, man.
They need to watch more TV, as a matter of fact.
No.
It's not enough.
That's part of the reason why they love Kenny so much, because Kenny is such a positive TV influence on them. You got my daughter Charlie all excited about Survivor.
Survivor's the greatest show ever.
She's been watching. Kenny's mission is to get people into TV shows. He recently did this to our camera guy Josh with Survivor, and you are hooked.
I am hooked. It's a problem.
You're like my kids with screen time.
No. Hours and hours and hours.
He
and
did
hours
it to me with The Golden Bachelor, and I won't listen to him ever again. I was disappointed. Very disappointed.
Yeah. Well, what is it that keeps drawing you back to Survivor? Like, why are you such a super fan now?
I liked this character, Boston Rob, who was on another show Kenny forced me to watch, the Deal or No Deal Island.
And you like that one too.
And so I liked that character, and I watched 2 seasons of Survivor in like the past 2 weeks. It's unbelievable.
You know how some
Binging?
It's a sickness.
You know how some people like put up political signs or they'll wear like a sandwich board for something?
Yeah.
Kenny's all about these TV shows. You just love promoting them.
Well, I'm all about spreading joy, TJ.
There you go.
And TV spreads joy.
I don't know about that.
An official statement from Kenneth.
I'm Erica, 1/3 of the podcast Books and Betches, a comedy book podcast where we swear, spoil, and we talk about...
Whoa, you cannot say that in this.
What do you mean? That's like our slogan. It's our gimmick.
It is, but just say we're a very funny adult book podcast. How about we just give some examples of things we talk about?
Well, there's a lot of chaos. I'm Kristen, and with me I have... No.
We talk about books, but we're not your AP Lit class.
I definitely hit on the major points.
You absolutely did not.
She did.
You talked
Just
about...
not in the order you thought she would.
You talked so slowly about one thing.
A lot of sidebar conversations.
I
Are you denying the existence of chupacabras?
You know, Erica, yes, I am. And we don't always get the facts right. Epilogues don't belong in books. Call it chapter 1.
That's a
the
prologue.
The second I see...
That's a prologue.
Oh, I'm talking about prologue. You can listen to new episodes of the Books and Betches podcast every Tuesday morning, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. This is Adriana Trigiani. I'm the host of You Are What You Read, a podcast about the books that built our souls. I have the privilege of interviewing luminaries of our times about the books that shaped them from childhood until now. Don't miss it. We get everybody from Sarah Jessica Parker to Kristen Hanna to Jhumpa Lahiri, Susie Essman, Rainn Wilson, Amor Tolls, you name it, they come, they talk, they share. You can join us on Instagram for more behind-the-scenes content and giveaways at You Are What You Read Podcast and at Adriana Trigiani. New episodes of You Are What You Read drop every Tuesday on Apple, Spotify, or any major streaming platform wherever you listen to your podcasts.
This is the TJ Show. Kenny, he reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
Now, you guys have gotten on my case in the past for jokingly referring to members of the Kelsey family as Taylor Swift's future in-laws, but it appears I may have been onto something.
Why are you saying that?
Because Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce has been dating Taylor Swift for almost a year. He was talking to his brother Jason Kelce, the recently retired All-Pro offensive lineman. They were talking about Adam Sandler movies and were trying to determine which characters they were most like. And Travis said to Jason, "You're like Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy or maybe The Wedding Singer," to which Jason replied, "I was going to go Wedding Singer maybe for you." And then he stared at the camera for an awkward long pause while Travis Kelce laughed. And now the internet is abuzz saying that Jason was hinting at a possible future wedding between Travis and Taylor.
Man, leave these people alone. Kenny, you just said they hadn't been dating not even a year.
Yeah.
Let them be. Let them just enjoy the dating and the vacations together and the trips. Let them be.
It seems like they're happy. Let this naturally take the course it's supposed to take. And I'm glad they're all joking around about it, and Kenny's making these claims that it's going to happen. No one knows. Well, unless you talk to Taylor or Jason?
Travis.
I don't want to hear it. Listen, the season's been over for a little while. I forgot which one.
Well, there's been a lot of comments. One person said, is it my imagination or did Travis's face turn red? Also, there
because he's going to get dumped because of that nonsense.
Yeah, people love to see what they want to see.
But last month, there were reports in Page 6 with sources saying that Travis Kelce plans to propose this summer on their 1-year anniversary.
Was the source Taylor?
It was an unnamed source reported by Page 6, but that was reported just a month or two ago.
Listen, you want to just be a consumer of the headlines? Just come on, feed me more clickbait. That's what you want. You're hungry for clickbait.
Now, I am rooting for Taylor and Travis. I think this is a great relationship. I'm not trying to rush it.
That's right. That's right, Jay, but when they're ready.
Yeah, Kenny, you've been with your girlfriend almost 2 years, and I don't see no ring on her finger.
You're skipping ahead a little.
Now you're skipping ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
Gotcha. Okay, Kenny.
What else you got, Kenny?
Yeah, what else you got? Great question. I'm not going to waste any more time on that.
Well, just last week, the U.S. Department of Justice filed an antitrust lawsuit against the Ticketmaster organization Live Nation, and it appears that after that a week ago, now they're dealing with a massive data leak. A hacker group is now claiming they have stolen more than 500 million Ticketmaster customers' data in an attack.
500, as in $500 million?
That is right.
Man, it really feels like none of this data that we think is safe is actually safe. If the biggest organizations in the world are not safe from these hackers. And by the way, people have been getting hacked for years. Like, you'd think they'd have figured out a way to protect themselves, and it's still happening.
And Ticketmaster is practically the only source we can use to get tickets.
Well, you know what? That's not true. So, have you ever heard of an artist named Lee Fields?
No.
Here's how you avoid a Ticketmaster breach. You ready for this? You find the local venues in your area, and you see some of the artists that are playing there. This guy is, I think, in his 80s. He's been referred to as the Little James Brown, and he is so good. I listen to this guy so much. I saw he was playing nearby. I was like, oh, man, I wonder how much the tickets are for this intimate show in this amazing theater. $30.
So did you go to the box office and buy the $30 tickets?
No, on their website, on the local venue's website. And I'll tell you right now, I am so excited. I can't wait. I'm going in a couple weeks. I can't wait to go to the show. Guess what? Ticketmaster. Didn't need my information for that one.
Well, if I want to go see Beyonce or Tay-Tay, I have to buy my tickets through Ticketmaster.
That's a sacrifice you got to make, J-Bo.
I mean, come on.
What else do you have, Kenny?
Well, in better news, it's been months since the pandas at the Washington National Zoo had gone back to China. You may remember they had an airplane with the Panda Express logo on the outside. Now, it was promised that panda diplomacy would resume and China would send back pandas to the United States. That is now official. We are learning that 2 new pandas will be coming to the National Zoo by the end of the year.
I would love to get a hold of one of those. The only problem is they get too big.
Yeah.
But if there was a way to keep a panda small, I would totally get one as a pet.
They would eat all of your plants. They would eat your lemon tree,
Well,
everything you have.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Well, there's the panda dog. We reported on that story, the Chinese zoo that painted chow chows to look like pandas.
Yeah, it's
But even
sort
those
of
things get big, though.
right, but that's settling. It's not really a panda.
Yeah.
You don't want to settle. Well, the two new pandas will be Bao Li and Qing Bao. They're
Oh.
coming to the U.S. by the end of the year.
Well, that's cute. We want more pandas here, so great. We got to go check that out. What else do you have, Kenny?
Scotty Scheffler's criminal charges in Kentucky have officially been dropped. On May 17th, he was arrested outside of the golf course ahead of the PGA Championship tournament, where there was a tragic accident that resulted in heavy police presence and roadblocks. He received multiple charges, including disregarding a police officer's orders and assault on a police officer. And it was alleged that a cop had grabbed onto his car and he drove away, knocking the police officer to the ground. Now, the charges being dropped come after new surveillance video was released from a street pole camera near the incident. The video failed to show Scheffler's vehicle dragging the police officer.
Oh, wow.
And the officer in question reportedly also failed to turn on his body camera ahead of the interaction. So officials have said they simply did not have enough evidence to go forward. In fact, they said Scheffler's characterization of the incident as a huge misunderstanding was actually corroborated by the evidence they had collected.
Yeah, that whole thing just seems like a mess of communication.
Yeah, it seems messy.
It's and it's tragic because someone passed away after they were hit. But it's just a mess. But sounds like they, at least at this point, got it sorted out.
It's sorted out, and I guess we can put this story to bed. However, Scheffler did speak out about this after the charges were dropped, saying, "Police officers have a difficult job and I hold them in high regard. This was a severe miscommunication in a chaotic situation. I appreciate the support during the past 2 weeks, and I want to again encourage everyone to remember the real tragedy of May 17th. My thoughts and prayers continue to be with John Mills and his family." John Mills, the person who was tragically struck by a shuttle bus. He says he hopes to personally offer his condolences now that the case is over. May John rest in peace.
Wow, he seems like a classy guy.
He is. I mean, he's like the golden boy of golf.
Wow.
Not only is he great at golf, but he seems to be just a good person all around.
Kenny, thanks for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
We're trying something a little bit different today, and I want to share this with you since it's the end of the show. So we spoke with Adriana Trigiani. She's the host of the You Are What You Read podcast. And the original plan was, well, we're going to talk to her for, a few minutes, and then we'll mention her podcast. And we started talking to her, and we enjoyed our conversation so much.
She's an awesome lady.
We're like, we can't stop the conversation here. And so we wound up putting the entire interview on our podcast feed. It's going to go up immediately after our show. And you can find that by typing in the TJ Show on any major podcasting platform, or if you go to the tjshow.com, you'll see it there. I'm going to play you a little clip of this and why I think this is so important. She talks a lot about our kids and their reading habits and how oftentimes kids don't even get a chance to enjoy reading because it's presented in such a boring way.
Right.
And here's how that discussion went.
I see it with my own daughter. This social media stuff, it's not only a distraction, it's an interruption to the natural flow of the human thought. I wish that reading wasn't presented as a chore to children. I wish it was presented as this glorious world that you get to go into your own soul. I wish it was presented in that way.
You're so right. That's such a good observation because it was always, well, this is your homework. So you've got to do your homework. You have to read this book.
Drudge.
And so
Drudgery.
just like I try to avoid math homework and doing every other bit of homework, it was on that same list of things I wanted to get away from so I could either go outside and play or be on my computer. That is such a great point. And she's a writer herself. She's written 20 books. She's been on the New York Times bestseller list multiple times.
7 times.
7 times. Okay, yeah, Kenny's a big fan.
I
Got
am.
a poster of Adriana
Definitely
on your,
multiple times for
in your
sure.
office. Yeah, big fan.
She's written for shows, movies, all these
Yeah,
things.
she's been doing this for decades. Jabo asked a great question too. And again, this full interview is going to be on our podcast feed. Just search for the TJ Show.
Growing up, you being an author, were you encouraged to read growing up? And did those books that you read influence the books that you write now?
Yes, my mother was a librarian. And the first thing we did when we moved to Big Stone Gap, Virginia, I was 6 years old, was we lined up to get our library cards from the public library.
Wow.
I think it is the first essential thing you do with your children. Why, you say, Adriana, why? Why is that so important? Because the public library is the institution of thought intellectual conversation and I would say spiritual growth in the country. Okay. So as a parent, you make a big deal out of this and you say, we're going to go get our library card. Then they have an identification card in their little wallet or their purse or whatever they carry. And they know that they're counted and that they have access to the portal of thought.
What a different presentation than I had. I used to have to, I had to go to the library as a kid because I was doing a project on whales, and that was where they had the information. And so I'd go in and I'd be like, oh, I just want to be outside, or I want to be on the computer playing video games. And I didn't realize what was in the hallways and where I was walking past all these books. Like, they would have changed my world.
Yeah, I loved going to the library. I remember taking little field trips, daily field trips with my classroom to the library. And I loved reading when I was a kid, but then I grew up and I felt like reading became a chore. I started taking advanced placement courses and all these honor classes, and it just became a lot. So as an adult, I'm trying to figure out how to get back into reading. And one thing that she had mentioned was start reading things that you enjoyed when you were a kid.
Yeah, there you go. Go back in time a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm going to go pick up some poem books and start there.
Love it. It was very inspiring, and I encourage you to check it out. And especially if you have kids, it's at thetjshow.com or search for the TJ Show podcast.